Hello, I'm Freelander. Welcome to the Game Trove. Today we are taking a look at Game 3.0 Standard. It's a paper put out by Z3 Bros, the creators of Army of Fortune Metaverse and Army of Tactics, and more to come. It is basically a manifesto to the gaming industry at large and Web3 of how best to navigate these updates to the gaming industry and move forward in a way that's good for gamers and developers alike. All right, I'm going to give the end summary because I think it paints it in a good picture, frames it right, in other words, and then I'm going to go through the bullet points just briefly and get this going so that you can have some entertainment over there. And this is Army of Tactics, by the way. And then I'm going to go through some of my favorite parts and go from there. All right. So at its heart, Game 3.0 is about enriching the gaming experience, emphasizing player autonomy and inclusion. We're not just about adding technology for the sake of it. We're aiming for meaningful progress. This document will adapt as the industry evolves, but our core mission will stay the same: to inspire the next wave of players, creators, and businesses in the gaming world. Okay, going through it, bullet points. Welcome to Game 3.0. Stepping beyond the financials of GameFi and actually getting back to core gameplay fun and enabling that gameplay fun in a better way than Web 2 or Game 2.0, in that players have more control over their destiny, so to speak. Okay, again, it goes through the evolution of gaming from 1.0, 2.0, 2.5, and 3. 2.5 being GameFi. So game 1.0, not much multiplayer, relatively simple game. Game 2.0, multiplayer, enhanced graphics, but trapped value and predatory monetary extraction of players. GameFi, totally opposite. It gives the economic incentives to the player, but lacks gameplay and a deep, rich gameplay, and is more like a financial tool than a game. Game 3.0 aims to take the best out of Game 2 and Game 2.5 in order to give the player a rich experience and lasting incentives. Game 3.0 features assets and economy. So you can own your own stuff, but it's not overbearing as far as pay to win, because you have to earn those assets in the game. You can pay for them, but then you also have to be good at the game. So that's my take on that. Digital asset ownership. We'll go back to that one. I like it a lot. Proof of play through achievement-bound NFTs. So you have to actually achieve stuff in the game in order to get some of the NFTs. Sharing ecosystem revenues with players, very important. So players, without players, the game is dead. So giving them incentive to be there. You know, they're not gonna. Most players won't replace their day jobs or anything like that, but just the freedom to have have a share in the revenue and as a important part of the ecosystem. Interoperability, the ability to take assets and value from one game to another, so that a player, like players, typically you progress in your general skill. So all you can take from one game to another in 2.0 is your skill. In 3.0, you can also take your amassed what you've acquired through that skill. User engagement and acquisition in 3.0, so it goes to the core users, which are gamers and creators. Digital identity, so it goes through. It'd be good to have. You can have a presence in multiple games from the achievements you've acquired through unique NFTs and that sort of thing. Anyway, fairness. So gameplay is balanced, not forcing in-game purchases. So low-level players don't get preyed upon by high-level players. So having a strata of playing fields would be a good thing, and making sure the rewards are fairly distributed, achievements and unlock gameplay tokens and what NFTs you have. So just a good variety of dispersion of the value. It goes through risks. There are technical risks of blockchains failing and all that. Different technical risks, economic risks, and strategy, and all these strategies to mitigate those risks. Regulatory, just keeping up with it, making sure you're in my opinion, not in their opinion, but either compliant or just anonymous as builders. Not that can, a lot of complications there. I won't go into it in this video. Security. Security, utmost important. Just mitigation strategies for anti-phishing and fraud and hacking. Just need to definitely be able to audit your contracts well and audit everything you're doing. And governance. So you get the wrong. You get a group of people in there that you need a balance of professionals and the community making decisions in tandem, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm not reading through this per se because it would take a long time. These are some of my opinions and interspersed with some of the things they're saying. So take it with a grain of salt. Read it for yourself if you're curious about any section, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Longevity, very important for games. Games always have a life cycle. Some are nearly forever, and others have a shelf life. So just navigating that well and realizing that not all games will last forever. You need to have a fusion of features that will enable that. Game quality needs to be the utmost. Game iteration, so making sure your game is going through good updates as needed, and community governance, that the players get what they get more of what they want as time goes on. So yeah, and game iteration, making new games with the same tokens, I think is important, so that tokens don't just die with the game, which is what Z3 is planning to do with the Army of Fortune metaverse. I'll be interested to see the UI in that. I think that's going to be my question on the next AMA. How will it just be a bunch of different apps on the App Store, or will it be one app where you access all these games? That'll be an interesting thing. And then final thoughts. There's just changing landscape, and the core mission was. Yeah, I read that at the beginning. Then there's a comparison table at the end that compares 2.0, GameFi, and 3.0. So, okay, going back to some of my favorite sections. Digital asset ownership. Some examples of digital asset usage. Use items in different games, so that interoperability piece. Sell or trade items for real money. Show off unique items. Really cool to be able to do that. For developers, that's for players. For developers, make money from sales, so transaction taxes. More connection with players. Developers can get creative on how to distribute to their players depending on the type of asset they build for the game. Happy players. When players own and trade items, they might enjoy the game more and play longer. I agree. For creators, wow, I've been talking for a while now. For creators, earn money through creating items in game. Get credit and work together. Creators can team up with others to make new items or even whole games sharing it together. That would be cool if they could drop a game creation. I think they do have it here, somewhere in here where you can builder tools to build new games and stuff. So that'd be really cool to be able to build within their ecosystem and benefit from FC and FG, and not have to just create a fun game and not have to worry about that as much. Of course, that would need to be policed and everything. Okay. Moving to. Oh, I did want to say about business model. If I skipped it earlier, free to play had some good features, but it was heavy play to win, and you can have a much better business model for both players. You can have the benefits of a game you buy, and you can just play all the way through it, no problem, with no transactions after that. With the free to play, where you don't have to pay for anything up front, but if you really want to progress in the game, you have to pay for stuff. So eliminating all those barriers is a really cool thing. Okay, and there was one more thing. Here we go. So user engagement and acquisition in game 3.0. Examples of appealing features. Social interactions, in-game chat and forums, co-op missions. I'm super excited about this. Cooperative play is something that has been lost in the last 10 years by and large, and I'm looking forward to coming back. My brother and I were super good at co-op in Halo 1 and 2, and I just miss blasting through those missions with him. So super excited for co-op. super excited with co-op. My wife and I will definitely enjoy that. Reward systems, achievement-based rewards, daily, weekly rewards, valuable digital assets, tradable in-game assets, exclusive content for dedicated or long-term players, player voting system, feedback channels. It's just there's a lot more interaction between gamers and developers. Top tier gaming experience, high quality graphics and gameplay, regular updates and expansions. By the way, the graphics to Army of Tactics are slated to be improved. So I didn't think I was going to win this one, but boy, I did. I whooped him. I don't think I won. Maybe I won the next battle. We'll have to see. Seasonal or themed events. So that'll be cool and community highlights. So please, if you're interested, read through Game 3.0, especially if you're a Game 5 person or just seeking better gameplay in these times. Gameplay has definitely taken a back seat. Minecraft, I think, is one of the better examples of good gameplay, but you have to like the graphic style, obviously. But yeah, but then again, it's been over 10 years since Minecraft came out, I'm pretty sure. So it's time. It's time for some good gameplay games that are free to play and for some players, play to earn. So play and earn, whatever you prefer. Yay! Yeah, I. Now, to be fair to Jingle, excuse me, he did win quite a few on me yesterday. This was the day before yesterday, so I'm constantly trying to update my tactics and everything to beat the meta. I'm an outside the box kind of fellow. Oh, important announcements this week. Android launch. So a lot of people haven't been able to play the game because they're on Android, not Apple. So really looking forward to the influx of players. Hopefully we're all on the same server. Not sure about that, but I think that's how it works. And yeah, AMA with the founders tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. And there was another thing I was gonna say, but I forget what it was. So anyway, I've talked for long enough today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Check it out in the description below if you're interested, and I will catch you later. Freelanders.